All right. Good evening, everybody. This is 10:30 p.m. in the evening. Yeah, it is evening for us. And a beggar came at this time to our house. I don't know what to say. I mean, when they are working for these hours, it is only unfair if we don't, right? All right. Jokes apart, yeah, embrace discipline. And what is our aim today? Okay, it is not loading. Uh, I hope you people can see the screen. All right. Least frequently used, least recently used. That's page replacement for you. All right. First fit. We will write the algorithms for all of these three, and then we will implement that. That sounds good, right? What is this? This is first fit. Let's get into replicating and coding this one out. How long are we down? Yeah, we have pretty much space here. I think we can use that. Let's put up a mark. Let's put up a mark over here, shall we? Yeah. All right. The CPU is throttling again. Okay, we need to have a restart. We will restart it later. And then it is first fit. Okay, block. Have a block array, have a process array, have an allocated array. Hundred, 500, 200, 300, 600. And process weight 212, 417, and 426. Alright. Minus 1 times 4. So I don't want to copy paste it. Alright, for each process, for each block, uh, if block is if block fits in process, or if process fits in block, I need to say. If process fits in block, allocated of j is equals to j, oh my bad, allocated of I, I allocated of I, but doesn't it cause segmentation point? 0, 1, 2, 3, and the first fit allocated of I is equals to j, but I ranges from 0. No, yeah, block of j is equals to 0, the block is used, and break it, don't need further print. If not allocated, say it. If allocated, process process 1 is allocated to one, something like that. Best fit. For each process, best is equals to -1, the best block. For each block, if it's if no best yet or better best, so block of j is less than block of best. Best is equals to j. If best is Uh, if best is not equals to minus 1, so best is allocated. Allocated of I is equals to best. This closes. Okay. This gets the best value. Now, actually allocate it. If best is not equals to minus 1, yeah, allocated phi is equals to best. Block of best is equals to 0. Yeah, when you are coding, you will get the idea. It is the same. Worst is equal to minus 1 for each block. Uh, if block of j, if the block fits, if the block of j is greater than block of worst is equal to z. Worst fit is exactly opposite. Block of j is greater than block of worst. That's it, and you should be able to write the remaining part of code by yourself. And then what we got? Page replacement algorithms. Yeah, we need some theory for this. Let's see if we can code this or not. Nano experimentate dot c. So first fit. How many blocks we got? We got 5 blocks. We got 4 processes. Maybe I guess we can use all of this together. Okay, but everything will be modified. No, I don't want to mess with it right now. Yeah, because I already got messed up in the morning. So for each process, you check each block. If process fits in black, that means block of J is greater than or equal to process of I. Then what will you do? If it fits in block, then allocated of I is equals to J. We will allocate it. So you will allocate it, and block of J will be 0 for further iterations. You don't need it further. So you got the allocated block. And you are going to print the process. So it is going to be 4. If not allocated, say if allocated of I is equals to -1, print if the process is not allocated to any block. Else, that means it is allocated, and if the process personality is allocated to block. But you made the block 0. The process It contains the block numbers. Block, yeah. No, the blocks are unallocated file. Yep, allocated a file. Else close, for close and while close. Okay, so GCC experimentate.c and the output file is going to be experiment, right? Experiment 8. No, that is that it? Process 1 is allocated to block 1. That is $500 block. Okay. And the process 2, 417. That can be allocated to only block 4. 117. The process is not allocated. The 117 can be allocated, right? Let's check the code. Right, allocated. Output design issues. Okay. Store our index. Why does it cause undefined behavior? Whatever. It is saying the process is not allocated to any block. Why is it like that? So this is the process 3, 117. The 500 block, that's it can be allocated to 200 block, right? So we gotta check that. Oh yeah, we gave only 3 processes and that causes undefined behavior and I don't want to even track it. 2, 12, 4, 17. Where is 117? Oh my god. 426, the only blocks that can contain it are block 2 and block 5. They both got fitted. Nice. Nice. We managed it. We managed to write it. Even though with a bit of aid. And what now? So touch experiment 8.1.c CP experiment 8.c to experiment 8.1.c RM experiment 8.c LS. Okay, so now GCC experiment 8.1.c experiment 8.1. Nice. And RM experiment 8 LS. Nice, right? Everything's matched up perfectly. And nano experiment 8.2.z. Okay. If it is fitted, it will be allocated. Best fit, right? I got 5 blocks of memory again. For each process. No. For each process, you are going to do the best. You will set the best as empty. And now you need to choose the best. First, you need to see if the process fits. I mean, if the block fits. If the block of J is greater than or equal to process of I, and then if the best is not set yet, or there is a better best, right? I can write this process of J. There is a process that is better than the best process. You are going to allocate it of I is process. You will allocate it. Now what best is the index? You will allocate it with the process. Let me see if that is correct. Okay, you won't allocate it. You will just find the best. After finding the best, now actually allocate it. You need to allocate 4 times here. So you are in the outer loop now. No, that is the best, 2 best clauses. Yeah. Now you are in the outer loop. Now what? Now actually allocate it if best is not equal to -1, that means you got something. Allocated of I is equals to best. You got the best, okay. And you are dealing with IDs here, just remember. You will set the block to, 0 because you cannot use it anymore. That is it. Close the filter for. And now just print it. If, alright, they are allocated, don't worry. Allocated spelling is wrong. and you click it twice, it will just cause errors. If allocated of I is equals to -1, that means what? Oh my god, my hands are hurting. Printf the process is not allocated to any block else. That means if they are allocated, printf the process, okay, backslash n. After every printf line, just have a random backslash n. The process I plus 1 is allocated to block. I plus 1 is allocated to allocated of I plus 1. This is else clause and this is a for clause. This is a program clause. Click Ctrl X. GCC experiment 8.2.c. The output is going to be stored at experiment 8.2. Okay, the if is not closed and alright. Allocated of allotted. There are exceptions. Okay. Nice. Where is the if? Yeah, this is the if that I'm looking for. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1. So 2 are open at this point. Okay, it closes if and it does not close if or got it. So how many first are opened? 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, that should be enough. Now what? Okay, I did not change the allocated. I see. A semicolon and an allocated. I put backslash and I didn't. Did I not? Well, that is my fate. I did not put in the last line. Alright. So we're doing best fit, right? It should fit in. 212 is allocated to the 300 block. That is block. What? Process 1 is allocated to block 5. 2 is allocated to block 2, okay? Process 3 is allocated to block 3, okay? The process is okay. We got to check the values out, mate. 100, 500, 200, 300, 600, 212, 417, 117, 426. Now, what's wrong with this code? Best is chosen as -1. It updates every iteration, so nothing to worry about. Okay, we're checking every block. If block of j, oh wait, if the block is greater than the process, then it is a valid contender. Yeah, it is. Wait, let me map this out. 212 is mapped to 300. 417 is mapped to 500. 117 is mapped to this. 426 should be mapped to 600, baby. Yeah. So for that, if block of j, yeah, here is the culprit. Yeah, no. Block of j is greater than process of I. Process of j wait. What do you check, man? No, this checking condition is false. Why are you checking processes? Block of j is less than block of best. If block of j, what is block of j? Block of 0 less than. It is block, right? Yeah. Well. That's a logical error. Now let's see our mapping. Process 1 is allocated to block 4. Process 2 is allocated to block 2. Process 3 is allocated to block 3. Process 4 to 5. Yeah. We are good. We just need worst fit now. Should I write worst fit? Yeah, I should write. And this will be the 9th one. 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think I have the capability to do 9 now. Or do I? Let's see. FIFO. Let's see. Main. There are 7 pages. There are 3 frames. and front is equals to 0, front is equals to 0. You will put the frame of I is equals to minus 1. You will do 7 times and the found is equals to 0. You will check for every frame. A frame of j is equals to pages of I found, and you will break if not found. I need the logic and explanation theory for the page replacement algorithms along with the code explanation. Yeah, that's too late. Main memory is limited. Programs generate page requests. Memory page fault occurs, OS must replace them. Which page to remove? Frame. Page fault requested. Before replaces the page that enters the memory first. Does not consider usage pattern. Create initialized pages. Frames, and the frames are set to -1. You are just putting the frames of instead of that line, you can just put -1. You are keeping the font is equal to 0, and you are checking the frames. Okay. If the frame, you are checking for every frame. You are checking the page for every frame. If not found, okay, frame of index. Where is the index? Nice. I kind of understand it. Okay. Counter Alright. There is a pattern among all of these. I guess we will do it tomorrow. So we'll complete the worst fit and we will do it tomorrow. Alright, so we are doing the worst fit. We had that algorithm written, right? Yeah. We will have the blocks, processes, and allocated. Alright. And now what? We will iterate through the each process and we will go through each block. What will we do now? If the process fits in block. So yeah, if process of J is smaller than the block of J, okay, every time you know you need to initialize the worst. Int worst is equals to -1 and then what will you check? If worst is equals to -1, I thought why you are supposed to write a separate condition because you are accessing the index of worst and array of -1 does not exist. So that's why you need to write this condition as well. And block of worst is if you found okay, let's do if you found a block that is greater in size than the block of worst, then what will we do? You will update the block of J. No, you will update the block of worst with J because J is the new worst block. Okay, that's it. You found the worst block of this iteration. That is in a if close and that is in a if. You checked and if worst is not is equals to -1. That's it, right? Yeah. If worst is not equals to -1, allocated of I is equals to J. No, not J, that's worst. That's it, right? Yeah. And make the block unusable because you already allocated it. Now the if close, and now what? Now the outer for close, and now now if block of I, no, I mean allocated of I is equals to -1, then printf the process is not allocated to any block, right? Backslash n. That's it. If it is not allocated, then you need to write it else printf the process is allocated to block. So what process is allocated now? Yeah, the allocated content blocks number. So I plus 1 allocated of I plus 1. That's it. Yep. That's it. GCC experiment 8.3.c. Output file is experiment 8.3. No, what? We are missing a semicolon. Maybe in the previous line. I don't know. It is int allocated. Who thought of it? So that's correct, right? Why did you expect comma or semicolon before for? No, why would you expect that? Okay, there is something in that line. Here, right? Okay. Okay. Stop screaming. No, that's not it. Experiment 8.3. Nice. That is the worst fit. I mean, what else do you expect? So if you look at the worst fit, 212 should be allocated to 600. All of these three should be allocated to 600. So 427 should be allocated to that, and it got allocated. Wait, it's not like that. 212 should be allocated to 600. 417 should be allocated to 500. No, we did something here wrong. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. The worst is taken as 1, and if the process is smaller than the block, the host is -1, or there is a block that is greater than the worst. You update the worst with J. The worst. Oh wait. Block of worst. Whatever, man. No. Alright. Worst. You are just getting the worst value. Do not block of worst. If worst is not equals to -1 means you found the worst. Not actually allocating it. Mm. Did I miss that? Okay. I did not put it here. That's it. Control X. Huh? No, 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 no. Process 1 is allocated to block 5. Yes. Process 2 is allocated to block 2. Yes. Process 3 is allocated to block 3. Uh-huh. Wait, what? One, two, three. Block 4 is bigger, right? Block 4 is bigger. No. Process 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Process 2 and process 3. Why not this? Why not 300? Come on. Where did I write? It is always the looping variables. Block of J. Nice. That is what I wanted. At least I'm able to find the error. So we did something. Alright. So I'll be sleeping and good night.